of your shirt.
JJ.
When you fell up to heaven, did it hurt?
Prager.
It takes someone with a big head to take their own cousin to bed.
Rudy.
If a snake bites your neck, you are toast.
Snake guy.
Holy shit, there are so many hoes.
That's true.
And we're always looking for more. It's the NEAS Final Four.
Hey everyone, Viagra Pilmar here, hosting Final Form with my tall friend Joe. My comedy is straight up fucking edgy, and you won't enjoy me if you're offended by bland social commentary with gratingly unfunny punchlines.
Fuck, dude, I often can't even tell when people are making jokes on my show. I don't even really get jokes. By the way, you're looking tall as shit, man. Very normal height on you. Tall even. Cigar?
Oh, Bud Eddie, you know I'll be puffing a big dookie as soon as we're done here. I love puffing big Cuban cigar dookies in the dark, wearing cool clothes. You know about me and supermodels?
What, you mean just that you're known for hooking up with supermodels?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I suppose I did know that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, so... Okay, segments then?
This prank is great because I'm the center of it, like the way I am on my famous podcast. Basically, I called Rudy Giuliani's show and tricked his dope of a producer and was only figured out once I got on air. And not by Rudy.
I call a threesome a 20 because I always do it with 2 10s.
Hi, Rudy Giuliani Show.
Hey, man, I should have said the first time. This is Joe Rogan.
Hey, Joe Rogan, how are you? This is Rich. I'm Rudy's producer. I was just screening a couple of calls. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm
You
in
wanna
New
speak
York
to
right
Rudy?
now for a UFC promo thing. I was just listening to Rudy in my town car, and I got this weird urge to come on air and add something, if that's cool.
Yeah. Let me put you on hold. Let me get through to the mayor. And what do you want to talk about, basically? What do you want to ask him?
The J6 stuff is so wild to me, and I wanted to talk to Rudy and offer some support.
Okay. All right. When's the UFC event? Where's it going to be? What's I going to say?
Yeah, I'm not really sure about all that. Can I say my little point, though?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just want to say, just keep your language clean.
What the f***? Yeah,
we're
man,
on
I'm good to
commercial
go.
radio, as you know. So, all right, hang on, Joe.
But because he's hungry? Or too...
Hey, Joe, we're going to, Mayor's going to take you in about 2 minutes. We're just in a break. We're going to come back to you in about 3 minutes, all right?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, hang on.
Not for fun. Just...
This is Rudy Giuliani back with you on the Rudy Giuliani Show, and we have a call from a gentleman named Joe Rogan, and we're going to find out if it's the Joe Rogan, and we're going to put him on. Joe, how are you?
Shows have been great recently, brother man.
Now, are you really the Joe Rogan?
It's not him.
No, it's not him.
No,
I think he
that's what I thought,
disappeared.
yeah.
Now, Joe Rogan has never talked that briefly his entire life because, you see, if we put him on, he may have stayed on until John's show. I mean, he, like Rush Limbaugh, is remarkable.
Cam Hardwire has a new show called the DownBallot, LowDown, and this week he had on Maryland congressional candidate Chris Bruneau. He is a new Republican candidate and was joined by another candidate to show him the team he just signed up for.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the program. I am, of course, Cam Hardwire. On the new program for this election cycle, we're doing something a little bit different. This segment is called the Down Ballot Lowdown. We're talking to down ballot candidates. Of course, we're talking to the kings of the down ballot, the congressional candidates today, 2 of them. We have Brendan Wilkins from the Missouri 3rd Congressional District.
Hello.
And we also have Christopher Bruneau from Maryland's 1st Congressional District. Thank you both for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's get right into it, gentlemen. What are the focal points of your campaign? I'll go to you first, Brendan.
Focal points.
I'm not really like a policy guy. I'm not like a career politician. So, I mean, I filled out my paperwork last minute, so I'm playing catch up a bit.
Okay.
I will say that, like, you know, I was inspired to run by President Trump because he kind of showed me that you can kind of say whatever you want and it doesn't, you know, no one really cares. So I'm just going to do me. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know, I've always had a lot of haters in my life. So I guess my goal is to get to Washington to make those haters mad, you know?
Yes. We can all agree it's cool to make those haters mad. What do you think about that, Mr. Bruneau? Is it kind of a cool idea to think of some of the haters, even in your childhood, somebody who has maybe treated you, looked down on you when you were younger, and then you get to Washington and you can make those haters suck on it or eat it a little bit?
I guess that was my initial motivation.
Yes, absolutely. Raise the roof on that. Yeah, no, I believe that it's okay if you want to make the haters mad. What do we think is the most important issue to voters in, you know, your district and indeed the country in general? I'll go to you first, Brendan.
You know, you know, a lot of people are living hard and they don't vote, or if they do vote, they don't know what they're voting for half the time. And I'm speaking for myself too. Like, I'll sometimes go in the booth and I'll just check off anyone with an R next to their name, to be honest. Like, I don't know. So I'm kind of hoping that works for me. You know, this time around in November, that I'll have an R next to me. And
very cool. What do you think about that, Mr. Bruneau? Sir, it's kind of cool to just have the R next to your name, and then a lot of people will vote for you just based on that because they hate the Democrats. I know I do. I know I'll vote for somebody if they got the R.
Well, it depends on what district. Like for my district, it works, but you know, other districts it wouldn't.
Yeah, we in District 1 here in Maryland. I'm facing a 7-term incumbent.
And is that incumbent a Republican?
Yeah, he's a Republican.
Oh, you got to face another Republican?
Yeah,
see, that makes it harder because now people can vote for that other Republican, or they can vote for you. You got to, what you want to be doing is in the primary, I believe you want to be running unopposed, ideally. What's an election issue that you think it's overblown in the media? I'll go to you first, Brendan.
You know, voting fraud for sure. I think Republicans complain too much about voting fraud, and it comes off as sort of weak and womanly, honestly, you know, because it's like everyone knows there's some cheating in every election. And it's just up to you as a politician to make sure that works out, you know, in your favor. Like, just let the chips fall where they may. And
what do you think about that, Mr. Bruneau? Are you going to try to do a little bit of cheating in the election, if something that you could get away with where you know there's no way that anybody could find out about it?
Never would I do that.
Yeah, no, that's a different. Well, and just to throw it back to Brendan, how do you feel about that? A fellow Republican is not really on board with your cheating.
Well, he's got to say that he's running against an incumbent. So okay. I get it.
Okay, so you got to say that. That's fair. This is politicking, and we understand that, and Brendan understands that. And I appreciate that. What sets you apart from other candidates, Brendan?
You can call me B-dubs for one thing. I'm recently single. My wife and I just divorced. So I'm going in with a new motivation, a new lifestyle. I think that might help in Congress. I'll have a lot of free time on my hands, and hope that works out on the dating scene. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. Like, I've been to DC a couple times. Like, the women they're all right, but pussy don't have a face. What?
Wow.
I mean, this is... What do you think about that, Mr. Bruneau, sir? Pussy don't have a face.
Well, I've been married 33 years.
Would you be willing to divorce your wife like Brendan did?
No, that would not be on my agenda.
Any final words from you, Brendan?
No, I gotta go, dude.
And from you, final words from you, Mr. Bruneau.
My platform out there is I'm a businessman.
Okay, thank you. Great. Hey, listen, I love business. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, I love business.
Snake!
Hey guys, a fucking badass boy! This week, Chris called in, and even though the call didn't go out on air due to their tech problems, he snapped as hard as he has before. I look like if a toe was a bowling ball.
Who we got on the phone? Let's let it through and we'll give it a try.
Let me play with settings here because I need to check.
Is the caller on?
Caller's supposed to be on.
Hello, caller?
Hold on.
Hello?
All right, so right here I'm saying there are 26,000 snakes right behind you. It's a reference to the amount of people he thought watched the Snake Guy Supercut.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to keep him on just for a second because I need to get these settings right.
All right, so here, when I think I might be going out over the air, I start saying I did a duty in my diaper, I did a stinker, and doing fart noises for a long time until he hung up.
Silence him, Charlie.
Yeah, okay. Huh.
Folks, that right there is why we ask you to register. And we've had some people who...
I don't think that went through. I hope it didn't.
I don't know if you folks just heard the caller. I don't know. We're still playing with it. If you did, I do not understand the dodo cops. I don't. You know what? I would never call in to a left-wing talk show just to disrupt it vulgarly too, like what they were just doing. I wouldn't do that to them. And now I might challenge their conversations and their topics, and I might challenge that. But I'd never call in just to be ugly and rude. And they think they're funny. 2 Peter talks about how they're good. That caller, I don't know if you heard him or not, but the Dodo Cop callers, in my understanding, these are the people that Peter's talking about who says that they're senseless animals good for nothing but to be led to the slaughter. They're not human. They're not man, as in they're not born from above. They're not reborn. They're not born again. They have nothing spiritual about them. They are strictly 100% materialistic human animals. And they act like barnyard pigs. And I just don't, they have no shame. They have no sense of decency. And when they're not confronted and dealt with, they grow. It's a cancer that metastasizes. And we put up with them in our society. Now, if they use this clip in their little YouTube, and that's another thing. Okay, so we don't have a very big audience. But the number of people who have watched their compilation, and don't go look for this, please don't. But they've got a YouTube, and I'm not even going to tell you how to find it. But they got a YouTube channel where they've recorded all their little clips where they've managed to call into us, and they put it together. There's tens of thousands of people who have watched that and laughed at that. I'm telling you right now, folks, if you think our society is going to survive, you are wrong. Wrong. You've got to look at the moral decay. The sociologist in me does not want to talk to people anymore.
Y'all get it. Y'all understand.
Mankind is going to destroy himself. You get to the point where you lack the civility and decent respect for other people, like our Dodo Cops do. How far a leap from Dodo Cop caller to pushing the button on somebody else because you just don't like what that nation's doing, you decide to nuke them? How far a leap do you think that is? Let me tell you something. There's no leap at all. That's just from one side of their couch to the other. They're already there.
They just don't realize it.
They're at the point where they will put a bullet in the back of somebody's head just because they're different. And they were told to do so. They'll do it.
Officer Steve realized that a guy he's called before, David Toulis, is an anti-police advocate, and let me tell you, he is not happy about it. It upgraded his rating on here, but Steve is pissed.
Viewer discretion is advised.
And you're on with David. What's on your mind? Go ahead. You're on the air.
Oh, hi, Mr. Toulis. How are you doing today, sir?
Go ahead.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement.
I've called in before. We've had a few conversations, but I didn't do my research. I should have known when I was dealing with you before. You're an anti-cop gentleman. You're one of these, I know my rights. I know I'm going to tell you what's what type of a situation. Is that fair to say?
I have a limited base of knowledge, and I'll use it the best I can. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
Okay, because I'm a law enforcement officer, as we've discussed. I'm out in Florida. I've been a law enforcement officer for 11 years. And I think it's interesting. You show some of your edited clips of you owning the police, and some of these other people who are showcasing their rights and everything. I would like to see you try it. Why don't you try it with me right now? Let's say I find you trespassing on a situation. There's some disagreement as to whether or not it's federal land, and let's have that discussion and see if you can weasel your way out of this one.
Okay, both set the scene, please. Go ahead.
Okay, so I come upon you and you're trying to do some of your journalism. I'm doing air quotes. You're trying to do some of your journalism, and I deem the area that you're in to be private property. And
you said it's federal property. Is that correct? That's what I'm asking you to set the scene. Is it only on state park, federal park?
Are you already getting combative with me? You're already getting belligerent.
You said you want to set the scene, so I'm just saying.
It's federal.
Okay, this is a post office. This is a park, the national park on the top of Lookout Mountain, or maybe a park in your area of the world.
It's a park. Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Park?
It's a park.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Okay.
Beach,
Hello,
cannon.
Mr. Toulis, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the area now immediately.
Is there an emergency, officer? May I help you?
Oh, John, did you hear that? That's me punching you in the face, you little nerd.
This is David Toulis, and this man is not a police officer. No police officer would talk like that. And we are the New Radio Network, and glad to have you on. I think this is the man who's trolled me before, but that's okay. We deal with those people.
All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
The final spot is known as the dumb slot, where the really dumb, silly ideas go. I love to be dumb, but not silly. My dumbness is fucking serious. This week they had on an extreme far-right congressional candidate for an incredibly stupid idea.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, I'm the night janitor. Jerry, what can I do for you?
I'm supposed to be having a meeting.
A meeting with who?
Yeah.
Like an interview or a...
Yeah.
Wait, what? With who?
An interview with Liberty something.
Liberty Network Live?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Liberty Network Live hasn't done an interview in over 50 years, ever since the big fire.
Okay.
Who did you speak with?
His first name was Ralph, I believe.
Ralph?
Yeah.
Ralph is the gentleman who set the fire.
Oh.
The fire that destroyed the whole studio and killed everybody involved with Liberty Network Live over 50 years ago.
Okay. Well, they emailed me and they wanted me to do an interview with them. So
they haven't been alive for over 50 years.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your information. Appreciate it.
Oh. Spooky.
Not really.
All right, folks, that was a lot of fun. Not as much fun as
fucking supermodels, right? Come on, Bill. Stop rubbing it in my face when you know I've never done sex.
Dude, you should try it. It feels so good when your thingy goes into the, you know what, it feels amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it fucking does, Bill. How about if you don't shut the fuck up, I'll snap that dick of yours off with a BJJ lock and you'll never dip your wick again. Sound good, fuck dick?
Everyone, please check out the Patreon. There's a prank to James O'Keefe about DJing Coachella.